hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Foxy, on the par on the night. There's one guy who's been out getting himself fit on his bike, getting his 10k, and another man that's been getting stuck into a big macaroni and cheese. See if you could put a name to the face. Welcome, Rudy. Welcome, Bridge.
Hi, guys. Hi, Bridge. Hi, Ox.
How'd you enjoy the bike ride, Rudy?
That'll be right.
Can I just say a big good evening to you two guys? Huge good evening to you guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
We could take guess the panelist. You know my clue.
Guess the panelist. I'd need to be an electric bike and a motorbike for me, mate, let me tell you.
Can I give you a quick update? Can you give you a quick update? That's Theresa May just won that leadership vote. 200 votes to 117.
And your point is, Bridge?
No, I'm just letting you know. If anybody's interested, just say a quick update, that's all.
Oh, that's just ruined my night, Bridge, that has.
I'm sorry about that, pal.
Oh, you're alright.
You spend your life sticking up for people called Theresa. Don't get me started. Right, where are we? Look, big game tomorrow night, Rudy. Big game.
Massive. I mean, the guys have got the opportunity to do something that we never thought for a million years, did we, at the beginning of the season, to be anywhere near. And they certainly have the opportunity tomorrow night to lift the whole club, lift the fan base after the last couple of performances. I'll take a 1-0, if truth be told. And it would be massive. It would be huge, Ox, like you say, big game, absolutely huge. And also put their name in our history books as well, truth be told, you know. And if that doesn't get them fired up for tomorrow night, then they shouldn't really be here, in all honesty.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're on a bit of a downer, Bridge. Would that be fair to say that? A wee bit of a downer. Two bad results that we never seen coming.
Yeah, very, very poor results. And I've said it last night, and I say it every time. This is the biggest game of our future. I'm not being funny. This is a huge game. Biggest game, certainly, of this season. Biggest game of any game to come, because it's the next game. And it's a must-win. If we want to go forward, it's a must-win. Players know exactly what they need to do. Manager hopefully knows what to do, him and his coaching staff. So let's get out there and mollygate them. But a 1-0 will do me.
1-0. I don't know if it is, man. I think it's been my view that this has been a free hit for us, and I don't know if it's been a help or a hindrance. It's been a help financially, Rudy, but I don't know if it's been a hindrance for us in the big picture. Yeah,
I think maybe, you know, we kind of talked the other night there, and I listened back to the show last night, earlier on the day, and you guys were talking about the chopping and the changing by Steven Gerrard. I think that's been a consequence of playing so much football. I think we've played up to 32 games so far this season, haven't we, you know? So there's been a lot of football to be played, you know, and a huge part of that has been the Europa League. And I think Steven Gerrard, you know, has put out teams where, I mean, I know he said he hasn't, but I think he has made changes to his starting 11 for the league, depending on what was happening midweek, you know, we had a big European game coming up and stuff like that. I think in that respect, it's probably hindered us slightly, I would think. Slightly, you know, I mean, because there's been some big trips away to likes of Russia, there's been some really tough games, you know, against Villarreal and stuff like that. We moved into 10 men and then having to perform in the league just, you know, 2-3 days later or whatever it is, you know, a few days later. So it's probably slightly hindered us, but look, I mean, in the last 6 years, let's be honest about it, Ox, did we no hanker for these European nights again back in Ibrox?
Yeah, fair shout, mate, fair shout.
We hankered for them, we did, we all wanted them back. We've got them back, so we can't really complain about it now, you know, it's part of being Rangers. Rangers, we want Rangers in Europe every season from now on, you know, so, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it, I've enjoyed it, like.
It'll be tough for you, Bridge, because obviously you have the Rangers there, and then you've got your favourite set and colours there, and you'll know what team to support, will you? He's not answering that. Oh, he's going to kill me when he gets his horns on.
Oh, he's after you now.
He's on that bike and pedalling down here. He's on mute. He's on mute. He's counting. The steam's coming out his ears.
That's a reassurance. Shockers a pair of you.
He's listening to the news.
Aye.
That's what he's been doing. He's in the new zone, he's been on mute, and he's kicked us into touch, Rudy.
Sounds like it.
That's what he's been doing.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Bridgeman, what's your view? I think it's been a good thing. I think it's been a great adventure. We could go out tomorrow night. I think that team, if we get the betting, maybe a big Ulster zone will get us the betting. I think they'll be favourites. We've done better than anybody could have thought at the start of, say, July. Could have seen this coming.
Agreed. I think that tomorrow that team will be favourites because they're a home team for a start, and they've started to hit a wee bit form. So Rangers maybe form's on the wane a wee bit, but Rangers need to lift themselves, gather themselves, lift themselves. But really, I know you like to say, and in some cases you think it's a free hit. To me, and thousands of other Rangers fans, I'm not saying we're all the same, but to me and thousands of Rangers fans like me, this has been absolutely fabulous for our club. Absolutely fabulous. I want to keep it going as long as I can, because it's been a fabulous event for us. It's great to be at Ibrox around these games. It's just wonderful to be there. I'm under no illusions. I never expected to get through. I never expected to get into the group stages. I never expected to get there to win a chance of a one game getting there. But my God, now that we're here, I really, really, really hope with all my heart that we get there and get through it, because that'll be a massive plus for our club. Massive. I'm only thinking of the club. That's all I'm thinking.
Mate, listen, I'll want us to win every game. I'm just giving you my opinion when we've not got the battle fever on, Rudy. Does that make sense?
Aye, definitely. I mean, it's been fantastic for the financial point of view, Hawks. It's been brilliant for the club, saw the accounts, the losses this year, but there was lots of things that we took into consideration. One of them was the European money that will come into play next year, next financial year. So, from a financial point of view, it's been absolutely fantastic. But it's not just that, it's getting the Rangers name out in the European stage again. We're being spoke about in, sports programmes, radio stations all over Europe, TV stations. Our games have been shown in highlight form all over Europe. Sports channels that show the Europa League and the Champions League are now talking about Rangers again. We've got a huge name at the club as manager. So from that point of view as well, it's been absolutely fantastic, Ox. It really has been, and to be honest with you, I'm so glad that we've actually got this far. Like Bridge said, I really never seen us getting this far. I never seen us getting to the groups. But like Bridge, man, now that we're there, and we're 90 minutes away from getting into the last 32, I really, really do hope the guys can pull it off tomorrow night.
I hope we get through, mate. I hope we get through. And, I really do. What's that? We've played. This is our 14th European tie.
Something like that. Yeah.
Eight qualifiers, wasn't it? And then obviously 6 in the group. 14th European.
Massive, eh? all before Christmas as well, eh? For the end of December. Amazing. And to think as well, as far as the European exploits have gone, Ox, we've had one defeat in all that time. That's something special, really. It is, to think. Would you have thought for a minute we could have gone 14 games and only been defeated once?
No, and if I'm being really honest with you, mate, really honest, and I know they say these things even themselves out. Hopefully when we get one tomorrow night, they get a perfectly good goal chopped off to go 4-2 up.
Yeah, they would never have caught us if that goal stood. No, they'd never have caught us. Never. Can I just say that, the games at Ibrox, when we're having full houses, what does that equate to money-wise in a European game, do you think, for Rangers?
Well, it's hard to work out in Bridge because obviously you don't know how many mature guys are going along to the game. And but if you say on average it's 30 quid and you multiply it by 50,000, there's 1.5 mil.
It's a fair chunk of money all the same, really, though.
And that's with your hospitality and that as well, yeah.
So before
if we said it gets us between $1 million and $1.5 million, would that be fair?
I think you would not be far away from that. Bridge and ballpark figures,
Right.
Back get the old fag packet out, you're no before away with that mass.
So we've had 7 ties at Ibrox. So that's given Rangers the best part of, what, I don't know, up to 10 million even. Somewhere up to 10 million.
Aye, but I don't know how much of that's profit.
Oh, of course, I understand that, but it's 10 million coming in, you know. Amazing. Absolutely fantastic.
And what it shows you, Bridge, is how important European football actually is, doesn't it? You know, it brings it home when you look at the money that the club can bring in from a European competition. It's so important for us to make sure that we can sort of, you'll be playing Europe every year, hopefully, from now on, because it is so important financially. You know, I mean, that's just a ballpark figure, around about 10 million. As Ox says, you know, that's not going to be profit. But to be able to talk in these figures once again is something we've not managed to do in the last 6 years. Now we can start talking about these figures again simply because of European football, you know.
Absolutely. I'm thinking if you scrape away all the profits and whatever, or the taxes and so on and so forth, I would suggest it's somewhere around about 6 million.
You know, just get the subway to the game like everybody else. How'd you have to get a taxi?
You know, you know what I mean? If you take all that into consideration, somewhere around about £6 million, wow. That's fantastic money coming into your club. And that's not counting the what do you call it, the corporate stuff. That's
and
just
plus you've got the prize money as you progress as well, Rudy.
That to come, aye.
I see what you've done there, mate. That was like a wee stab to the heart, that one, wasn't it?
I hate that Oxford when he says these things.
Oh, I know. It's not.
But anyway, if people want to join us, give their thoughts and how it's going to go tomorrow evening, and or maybe their views on if it's been a good or a bad thing. As far as the league's concerned, because it's been a good thing in reality, but the only downside maybe people might think it's affected the league. Bob, what's the number, Rudy?
It's 0141 356 1972.
Where else can they join us, Mr. Bridgman?
Oh, they can join us on Skype at rangersradio.online, and Foxy will bring them in and treat them well.
All right, mate. Just to let you know that I see that Team Sky's getting disbanded next year, mate. You've just missed it, Bridge.
I've just missed it, now, aye.
Just missed it. We'll get our first caller coming in for the night. Let's see if we can give people a clue. It's an anagram of KNJ. There you go. Evening, James.
Evening, guys. How you all doing? Hi, Rudy. Hi, Bridgman.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hello, Oxjare. Distraction. I'm good, mate. I'm fine. I done a bit of painting today. Called for it right enough.
Have you not finished that painting yet, Jimmy?
I stayed in a 3-story house, mate.
Oh, for God's sake, my missus would told me at the door I hadn't done that.
It's a one-man band now, Bridge. Come on, I've not got anybody to help me.
When did you move into the lighthouse, Jimmy?
Hey, how you doing, folk? It's not a lighthouse, it's a cubby hole I'm in. It's a wee box away at the corner at the top of the house. There's a last nest up here and all, so you know where I'm now.
You used to stay in a 4-story house, alright, there was different people in different landings, but there was 4 stories.
Aye, very good. I like it, mate. Aye. When I give my, as I said before, when I give my boys a paintbrush, they hold it as if they've got an ice cream cone. So I'm one-man band. How you doing anyway, guys? Okay?
Aye, good, Jimmy, thanks.
Good. I was listening to you there about the start about Europa League, obviously. For me, it's been a great distraction. You know, we never thought we'd be where we'd be. 14 games after tomorrow, and hopefully 15 after that. Financially, it's been fantastic for us. But look, tomorrow night we want to win because it's the Rangers, and we want to win the game and get into the last 32, no matter what big team we get up against. But I bite the nails to the quick tomorrow because I think it'll be a right hard game for us. But I'm looking forward to it. Financially, it's been great, and some of the football we've been playing, a couple of the games, 3 of the games anyway, have been good to watch. So, aye, Ox, it's been a pleasant distraction for us, mate. I dare say it has at times affected my performances in the league, but we've got to take that, you know, and we'll see what's thrown at us. It'd be tremendous if we get somebody that I see into Milan dropped into the Europa League last night. They finished third in their group, so be great to get a team like that coming to Ibrox and pitting their wits against them. But it's been a good distraction, Ox, you know. And the money, I'm looking there. I mean, it was just under €3 million for just qualifying for the group stages, and then obviously there's all the points money. It's €570,000 per win, and then €190,000 per draw. And then the group winners will receive €1 million, and the runners-up will receive €500,000. So there's still a lot of money to be brought in, apart from obviously with us guys all going to see the games and that, and the hospitality. But it's a lot of good prize money, and that's what Rangers need. They need money to try and bring.
Well, it's a big plus, Jimmy, in your balance sheet when you've no had it, eh?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I think that's proved with some of the players that we've managed to bring in. Okay, some of them aren't performing the way we thought they would, or hoped they would. But aye, it's a pleasant distraction, Ox, here, and it's a distraction that I'm looking forward to tomorrow again. And we'll see what it brings us tomorrow. But I think the team will perform to the best of their ability, and that's all they can do is get there, whatever. And obviously we'll talk about it later, whatever team the gaffer puts out. But aye, a good distraction for me, mate.
I've just did a message to a question to ask you, Jimmy. What number is it tomorrow?
Number of what?
What number is it? Just so people want to know what colour you're doing tomorrow.
Right, okay. She got me there, didn't you? Oh, dearie me, I'm right into that.
Jimmy, you mentioned there about the prize monies. So tomorrow night, Rangers could, if they win, Rangers could get through to the group, to the knockout stages in the last 32, and walk away with an additional £500,000
yeah,
roughly.
I've got it here. I've got the UEFA Europa League breakdown, and it's telling you everything that they won. You know, qualification, apart from finishing, first is €1 million, second is €500, right?
€500,000.
But also an additional £500,000 for each of the two clubs who qualify. So in essence,
$1 million
so could come into that with $1 million. And then it goes up. The round of 16 is 1.1 million, round of 1.5, 2.4, qualification for the final 4.5, and when Baku is there and we're all there, it's 4 million for the winners.
All together and on our way, we're on our way.
And when we qualify, for the Europa UEFA Super Cup, we'll get another 3.5 million.
Look, let's be honest. Tomorrow night is the only one I'm interested in now. Tomorrow.
All kidding aside, Bridge, it's good, but that's the type of prize money that we're aiming for. But the money's been great. You know, it's allowed us to sustain ourselves in different ways. You know, the stadium and bring players in and the call. So,
it couldn't have been factored in. It couldn't have been factored in, Rudy. I'll come back to you, Jimmy, with that. But it couldn't have been factored in.
No. Of course, because you can't sort of at the beginning, I mean, we certainly didn't think we were going to get this far. We didn't think we were going to get to the groups. You know, so the board certainly sat down and went, right, okay, we'll get into the groups. This is how much you get for a point. This is what you get. They've not done any of that. So that money is a bonus to us now. It really is a bonus to us, you know. And that's what I was saying to you earlier on. We saw the accounts, you know, they didn't look great, but there was lots of factors that wasn't taken into consideration as far as the accounts are concerned. Well, this money now will be for the next financial year, you know, and I would hope that it certainly helps Steven Gerrard out in the summer, you know, when it comes to bringing in new players. So you're correct, Ox. There's no way they would have factored this money in because you just didn't know what was going to happen as far as Europe was concerned. Didn't know if we were going to get into the groups, how far we were going to go, how many games we were going to win. So it would have been an absolute impossibility to factor it in. So obviously they haven't, aye.
There's no chance at this moment, guys, that to anybody's mind that we could actually win this group. We can't win this group, can we? The best we can do is come third. Is that right?
No.
All right, okay.
Well, we can win it.
The best that we can do, go third. We wouldn't even be talking about it tonight.
I was thinking that. Okay, I was thinking that we were point wise. We couldn't actually make it up. Well, I'm happy.
I think, Bridge, if Villarreal draw we win, the two years would end up in 9 points, and on the count back, we would beat them.
Yep.
Oh my God!
And away goals.
Wow! I love it. Absolutely love it.
Do you know how tight the group is, Bridge? And
I know it's quite tight, but I'm just thinking.
Well, my boy says to me today, he says, Dad, he says, we could win it or we could finish Bolton.
Wow,
That's how tight the group is.
Yeah.
That's how tight the group is. So we could
I
finish.
thought you were going to get the 2 coats of paint and show your boy.
Hey, listen. If anybody knows me, anybody that knows me, I'm known as Jimmy Wancoat. You don't do a job
homers,
twice.
Jimmy.
You never do a...
homers.
Eh? Homers?
You don't do homers.
I can't do my head who's never made homers. Oh, dearie
Oh,
me.
brilliant.
But, aye, so
Oh,
we
for God's sake, aye.
can win it. And that would be great. It'd be great to win it. It'd be fantastic if we win it.
Oh, Jimmy, there's one of the boys who just put the league up in the sort of the group table up in the lobby. And my God, it's tight. Bottom
Aye.
teams get 5 points. Villarreal's get 7. We've got 6. Unbelievable.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Brilliant. Can't wait. Can't wait. I'm not be painting them more, I tell you that. I've run out of numbers anyway. So I'll need to wait to get new numbers.
You're stuck with that one there.
Oh, dearie me. Oh, good stuff.
Oh,
But that's very tight then, so that
Aye,
we
aye.
actually could, yeah. Conditional on other teams like, you know.
Well, being actually, I mean, the Villarreal performance, come on, after a minute, everybody said, oh, we could beat 4 or 5 here. Eh?
Yeah, absolutely.
We come back and get a 2 each draw. Good goals we score. Could have won it. Obviously, they could have won it as well already, but we could have won it.
I mean, that's Scott Arfield's chance that he had in the last few minutes of the game. If he'd have come away with that 3-2-1, what a result that would have been. I mean, it was a great result as it was. As you say, after about 40 odd seconds or whatever it was, you know, boy ends up in the back of the net. Me and my mate sitting watching it, and we just looked at each other and went, oh no, here we go, you know. But what a great performance the boys put in after that. As you say, 2 cracking goals. I know Villarreal had a really good chance last couple of minutes of the game or whatever it is, you know, for them to get a win. But Scott Arfield had to put that one away. You would still be talking about it now, you know. But
I think
the Spartak Moscow game, I think, might come. You know, there's a chance of coming back and haunt us. We should have won that game, or even at least get a draw. You know, to get beat that 4-3 was.
The 2 games, Jimmy, it's disappointing. Most the home game as well. We couldn't beat them at home. Well, you know, I think we'd be sitting in such a better position in it. One of the 2 games at least, Jimmy, you know.
Definitely, mate.
I don't think, to be honest, any game's going to come back to haunt us in the greatest sense of the word. I think we've done fabulously well. We've got it in our hands. We are capable of winning away from home and capable of putting in a good performance. We trounced that team at Ibrox. They have hit a wee bit of form. We've lost a wee bit of form. We need to get it back. To me, that's all it is. And I understand fully what you're saying. I thought Villarreal were a tremendous side. I thought they were great footballers, very, very technical, good. Seriously, I thought they were smashing against us. Really, really played well. And for us to have done that at their ground, to as Rudy says, nearly got a winner in the last minute or so. Fantastic, just amazing.
Yeah,
amazing. Oh, I'm desperate for it now. Come on, tomorrow.
All right, now we're having a build up of the game. We might, if we hear through our manager, would that be all right with you, lads?
Yeah, brilliant.
That'd be great.
When we're here and we'll maybe get an idea who's fit, who's not fit, and maybe start looking at what we think the team will be. But we'll do some good guesses to work that one out. Right, I'm on you. Let's hear through our manager, Stevie G.
They tried to make me go to rehab. I said no, no, no. Yes.
Andy, I wonder if we can get your take on the amount of Rangers fans we believe are coming here. 2,500 inside the stadium, estimated anything between 5,000 and 10,000 outside the stadium and in the city. What do you make of that?
Bit of carnage. Rangers fans have obviously they've followed the football club and their numbers for many a year, so I'm not too surprised. But yeah, there's certainly been an extra demand for tickets anyway.
You've obviously been a Rangers supporter all your life. Can you just sum up the enormity of this one game and what it means for the players and the club as a whole?
Yeah, it's massive. I think it's testament to how we've performed in Europe this season. I think if you offered us 90 minutes to go through the last 32, we'd have took it. I think certainly we were probably the underdogs going into the group, and although we've showed respect to every team we've faced, I think we've went into every game with the belief that we can get results, and for that reason we've put ourselves in a place where we've got 90 minutes to make it to the last 32.
Andy, how much of an improvement is needed from Sunday if you're going to go through tomorrow night?
Yeah, of course we realise that. Our last two domestic performances have not been good enough, and it's certainly not been the standards that we've set this season. And yeah, we need to improve in all areas. It was obviously a couple of disappointing results, but we've bounced back before. It's one thing I'm pretty positive within this group that we've got the character to bounce back. We showed it obviously after the semi-final against Aberdeen. We put on a run after that. So yeah, I think this game's obviously a welcome distraction for us, and a big thing this season is we wanted to show that we belonged in this competition, and I certainly believe we've done that.
Andy, you're not getting a chance to train on the pitch tonight. Is that an issue for you guys?
Well, I don't see any difference. A big green rectangle we're playing on tomorrow night, so I've not actually had a look at the pitch. I don't know what type of state it's in, but I've played on good pitches, I've played on bad pitches. I can't comment further. I've not seen the pitch, but we'll be ready to go tomorrow night, no matter the situation.
Andy, after what the club's gone through in the last 6 years or so, what would this mean to everyone to get through to the group stages? Because it's obviously been such a long time since you have been.
It would be a massive achievement. Obviously, our first step was to gain qualification into the group stage, and like I said, once we'd done that, we wanted to show that we belong in this competition. And I think since game week 1 we've done that. No matter who we've played, we've went with a game plan and a belief that we can cause upsets and get results when needed. We've obviously got a positive result the last time we played Rapid, and although it's been difficult opponents, I think we've showed ourselves in good stead. But we've got one more hurdle to go, and like you said, it would be a massive achievement if we can get this one.
Stephen, you have had a look at the pitch. What have you made of the pitch, and what have you made of the fact that your preparations have been altered and that you have to train at the adjacent pitch, which itself looks rather cut up?
Well, I think we have to adapt. I don't see it as a big problem. It doesn't change our focus on tomorrow night. I think it's a sensible decision because having looked at the pitch, it does look quite wet. And for both teams, I think it's sensible to keep it in the best shape it can be in for tomorrow's game, because it's going to be a huge game.
From the goalmouth area, it seems to be patched up. Is there a concern that could cut up further and the impact that could have on obviously both teams?
We'll have to see how the pitch plays tomorrow night. It's difficult to judge right now. I mean, on the eye it looks really good, the pitch, but to feel it's very wet. Now it's very difficult to know how it's going to play. We'll have to wait and see. But it's the same for both teams. We never like to use excuses. We just want to focus on our game plan and try and focus on what we need to do to win the game. The pitch is what it is. It's not going to change, and we go out there and give it our best shot.
You made your feelings quite clear in terms of the performance at the weekend. Do you expect a reaction tomorrow night?
I expected a reaction at Dundee. The last two performances, I don't think we've shown the true Rangers. Certainly the standards we've set from the beginning of the season, so we are disappointed with the last two results. But what I would say is this is a completely different game. This is going to be a different style of game, because we believe Rapid will come out and attack us. We're expecting a positive performance, especially with a very vocal crowd behind them. We don't expect them to sit deep and compact and try and get men behind the ball and try and spoil the game like the last two games have looked like. So we're expecting a completely different match. I think this game could suit us, being more of a 50-50 match. In them situations in the past, we've handled ourselves very well. we've got major respect for the opposition. Along with ourselves, we're probably the two underdogs in the competition and have done extremely well for a chance to go into the last 32. So, it's a fantastic game for both teams.
You won't have Daniel Candeias tomorrow night, and now Ryan Kent is out as well. How much of a blow is that, and how long do you expect Ryan to be out?
He'll definitely be out for a couple of weeks, Ryan. He's got an hamstring issue on his other leg from the previous one, so that's a huge disappointment for us. And obviously, Daniel's suspension doesn't help either because, again, we don't have a really good player available. So, disappointed on both fronts, but it is what it is. We've brought a squad of players here. We'll pick the best team possible that we think can get the job done, and we'll go and leave everything out there on the pitch, see where it takes us.
Stephen, you're obviously annoyed at the weekend, but taking everything into consideration, both your league form and what you've done in Europe, are you, at this stage, would you say you're ahead of schedule?
I think from a European point of view, we certainly are. I think we certainly took this position when we joined up at the beginning of the season, and certainly took it if you go back 12 months to see where this team was. But we don't want to relax on that. We want to try and push forward and keep trying to improve. And it'd be a huge achievement if we managed to get the job done tomorrow night. In terms of the league, we were sitting top 7 days ago. And I was getting asked questions in press conferences, and I had to remain humble and keep the expectations in check. So after 2 bad results, we're not going to panic and think everything's gone wrong. Of course, we'd like to be a few more points further up than where we are right now. But, we'll keep pushing. We're still a new team. We're still trying to take strides forward, and that takes time. So, there's a lot of hard work to do, but we're really looking forward to the challenge moving forward.
What do you make, Stephen, of this huge Rangers following that are coming over to watch the match? And do you have a message for them? Because we spoke to the Rapid head of security earlier, who was a little bit concerned over fans trying to get into the match or try and buy tickets that don't have them.
Well, I think first and foremost, we hope that they all remain safe and enjoy the occasion. It's a fantastic match for them. It's no surprise to me that they've came over in the numbers. They've been doing that for many, many years. They love the club, they're passionate, and they want to be part of big games. But for me as a manager, I always want to, send a message to make sure that they're all safe and they come and enjoy the occasion. I don't want to give them a message in terms of what we're going to do tomorrow in terms of the performance, because I want my players to send that message. I want my players to go and make the supporters proud and make themselves proud by emptying everything they've got and leaving it on the pitch, because the rewards are well worth it.
Stephen, first of all, welcome to Vienna.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think he got the first part.
Yeah. The last couple of weeks for Rapid were a bit of a roller coaster. They had up games, they had down games. How would you rate the performance of Rapid in the last couple of weeks, and at which point your team is warned about the opponent?
We'll take this as the last question as well.
I think we've got huge respect for the opponent. We know they're a good team. They've got good players and a good manager here. So we know the challenge is very big. I think both teams over the last weeks have had mixed form, but I don't think we should focus too much on that. I think tomorrow night you'll see 2 teams that are going to give everything they've got to try and get qualification. I see it as a 50-50 match, and I just hope that my team's on the winning side. But I think it's very exciting for everyone to watch this game. It should be very exciting.
Well, thanks for that, Fox. We're back.
Hi, can I just say we've got Ibrox John phoning for Vienna, mate. Could you take him?
Hello, Ibrox.
Guten Abend, gentlemen from Vienna.
Go on yourself, John.
Wie geht's?
Rudy, he said good evening from Vienna. Okay, mate?
Thanks for that.
Well, just letting you know.
Cheers, mate.
Just for those of you not conversant in the Deutsch.
Nice rolls over there, nice rolls. How we doing, mate? What's the atmosphere? Have you seen many bears?
Oh, mate, there's thousands of us here, mate. It's fantastic. It's really great to be here. A few bears on the flight, met a few bears at the airport, and I can tell you it's a Rangers Radio exclusive. I met half the Rangers team at the airport today. Absolutely made up. I was just like a wee boy. I sent Skipper a picture of me and Morelos. Get pictures with Candace, Barisic. Alan McGregor, just so made up, meeting all the guys, and they're all looking good as well. They're all looking confident and happy. And Stevie G, I have to say, he got an armed escort out of arrivals. He was right out of there. Like he's a VIP, I tell you. A few bears got pictures with him, but not me, alas. I was too slow. Dodgy ankles, but yeah, fantastic stuff. Got into city centre and then onto Schwedenplatz, and there's loads of bears out there having a good sing song and a good drink. All good-hearted, good band for the locals. Oh, aye, nobody making an arse of themselves or anything. Really good fun. And I'm told there'll be more bears here tomorrow. I've been here 10,000 plus, but really, really, really good time here. The weather's been great. Very cold, not a lot. There's been a bit of snow that I saw flying in, but there's been no snowfall since I've been here. But it's shaping up to be an absolute cracker tomorrow. Can't wait.
Right, and how far are you for the stadium? You're in the city centre. What's the geography of your trip?
Yeah, I'm right in the city centre, mate. It's quite quiet round the bit where I'm staying, which I think I'm quite fortunate, really. I mean, Schwedenplatz, where all the bears are kind of centred around, I'm about 2 trains away, but it's like, you know, a 15-minute journey. So it's nice and handy. And there's been loads of information given by the club as to how to get there, where to drink before the game, where to eat before the game, where not to go, which is good as well. So it is a nice handy spot.
All right. And what was the mood? What did you detect? Optimism?
Oh, definitely, mate. Yeah, I think most bears are pretty confident of a result, but you know, there's always that wee nagging feeling at the back of your minds that we might slip up. But you know, as I said on the show the other night, you know, we've been good in Europe. We know how to play in Europe, but maybe that's because we play teams that open up a bit and don't park all their players behind the ball.
You mean football games? A game of football?
Aye, they want to play a game. Aye, so I think everybody's boozing and having a good time and drinking and all the rest of it, and it's good fun in that respect. And it's nice to see a lot of younger bears here because, you know, I was at the last big Euro trips away, and that was I don't know, 8-9 years ago, and a lot of these guys have never been on trips like this, and this is their first time. And they're all saying they're just loving it, and you know, and a lot of them, they're saying, look, just keep the heat and enjoy yourself, and you know, represent your club and behave yourself and enjoy it. But it's good to be around them and good to have them all around. I mean, I've seen wee boys at 10-year-old that are here with their dads, and that's nice as well. It's just good atmosphere all around, mate.
Aye, brilliant, mate. I mean, it's a family thing. It's a life experience. I mean, Bridge, what was your first excursion into Europe? June 1944, wasn't it?
No, in those days you didn't do much. We didn't do much travelling in Europe itself. We went to mostly just going to Ibrox and supporting our team. I went across to France once. That's all we did. But
June 44, they never let you back again.
That's right, yeah. That's correct.
Is JFK on the panel tonight?
Yes.
I'm here, John. How you doing, pal?
JFK, listen, going, John, don't ask him anything about painting, please. He's booked out. He's booked right out.
Well, I'm not asking him anything about Joe Worrell either, Bridge.
Oh no, don't ask me that.
Don't do that.
That's always like a swear word in his vocabulary.
Aye, as mate, aye. How you doing, John? Safe journey there, pal. It was good, aye.
Aye, mate, yeah. And the flight was nice and on time for Heathrow this morning, and got through to the hotel. I'm just waiting for my pal. He's on his way through Innsbruck. He's been working out there, so he's due to arrive here in the next, I'd say, 45 minutes. So we're going to go and get a wee drink, and then tomorrow is when it really starts. I'm so looking forward to it.
I've got a friend, he's away with him and his boy, but they have not got any tickets. They flew out this morning. So
yeah.
They're going to, whatever happens, but they've arrived and that, so everything's good for them as well, you know. So that's good that you're there, John, and the atmosphere is going to be, I would expect to be jumping, as they say, be rocking tomorrow night, eh?
Oh, aye. I mean, the guys I've spoken to, I'd say it's about 50-50 folk that have got tickets. The guys that have not got tickets, they're going to try any means possible. I mean, the word in the street is that there is still a lot of Austrian guys that are prepared to sell their tickets at a premium price to Bears. But you know, I mean, I know Bears. You know, I've paid a lot of money for Rangers tickets in the past, and I know Bears will pay it. It's not right, but we do it. We do that to follow our team.
My first ever journey into Europe was 1972. I'd never flown in my life, and we got to the final in Barcelona, and that was my first ever European away game. And the rest after that, it was 3 and 4 day journeys on buses after that. Because I got the bug after that, John, and I travelled everywhere: Spain, France, Germany, Holland, everywhere with bus. So I must say that it's still only the one pair of pants, but hey ho, that's what happens.
Well, at least there's no that Pope hat we were talking about a couple of weeks ago.
Aye, you better believe it, mate. Aye.
Murder. Listen, boys, I better get off the phone, but it was good to talk to you.
Yeah,
I'll
Colin. You enjoy your trip, mate.
Okay?
Enjoy your trip.
Nice to talk to you, lads. I'll listen in for a bit, but I'll speak to you tomorrow night, right?
Right, John.
Hey,
John.
Cheers, guys. Have a great night. Cheerio.
John.
Yes.
Oh, mate, before I drop that pakora off, you bring me back some schnitzel, mate.
If you're lucky, I'll bring you back some Fräuleins, I know.
Alright, yeah.
That's because I'm out of trouble in the house, Rudy.
Maybe need to get another place, though, you know. Got yourself, John.
Right, boys. Cheers. All the best. Cheerio now. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Brilliant, Rudy. Yeah? Absolutely fantastic.
What it's all about, isn't it? You know, the Bears are all there, you know, talking to somewhere in the region of 10,000. What a performance that is for the fans, the Bears, isn't it? You know, their last game of this group, you know, and
absolutely amazing.
And if we do it tomorrow night, what a party there's going to be in Vienna tomorrow night, you know, it'll be fantastic. There'll be bodies gone missing come Friday, Saturday. And
I also think it'll be a huge amount of fans to meet them at the airport if they come back with a victory, for sure.
Be huge, but it's absolutely massive. I'm getting all excited about it, just thinking about it, you know, just...
Was that the schnitzel or the game?
Base.
The Fräuleins.
Trust me, Jimmy, the schnitzel would last longer.
Oh, all right, aye. I'll not go there.
Rudy, what's your email address? Tell write a wee note to your wife. Drop you in it, boy.
In case you listen back, I never said any of that, love. It was me.
It was the big bad boys made me do it. I know that GFK's a bad influence on us. Bridge man, isn't he? You know.
What was your first European journey, Oxia? Can you remember? Dublin.
84.
The Bohemians.
Aye. That was eventful.
Buses get battered with everything and anything.
Aye. I mean, I was on a babe in arms as well.
A babe in arms. when I went to Barcelona, I was 15 and a bit. So 24th of May 1972. I'd never been to a European away game in my life.
I don't know if that's counts as it was a neutral tie, mate.
What's that?
The final.
How do you mean a neutral tie?
Well, the Russians weren't at home, were they?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was a trip, but it wasn't an away trip.
Right, okay. Paint me I know you're right, but I'm going for a half now.
Right, get me one. But we've been joined by George Logan. Evening, George.
How's doing, boys? You alright?
Alright, George. What's your thoughts, George?
Just what Stephen Gerrard was saying there, and what Andy Halliday was saying there, Ox. Listen, I'm as gutted as anybody about Sunday's result. I thought we were absolutely terrible. We should have took 5 and 6, like Bridgman says.
We weren't even that good, George. We didn't even reach terrible.
No, we weren't. And then the week before that as well against Aberdeen. But you were saying, Ken, it's not been a hindrance because I've loved every minute, Ox. I have loved every minute. You hear the guys on the phone now, here in Vienna, 12,000 beers away to Vienna. That's brilliant. That's all excellent. But I think what we've got to remember, now I was just as gutted as everybody on Sunday, but I think what we've got to remember, Ox, is the amount of games we are playing. And it's not an excuse, it's not trying to make it easy for these guys or anything like that as well. But Andy Halliday spoke about standards there. The standards he's talking about is the game against Vienna, the game against Vienna Ibrox, the game against Villarreal. That's probably the standard we're trying to reach. Now, we'll be punching above our weight against these guys, and I'm not saying that makes it alright against Dundee, Ox, but what I'm saying is, coming at these games against Dundee and things like that make it even harder to take when we're getting these points against Vienna and against Villarreal and things like that. I'm not saying it's alright for us to get the points, but I think we're not even on ourselves out, because that's not where. But I think just the amount of games we're playing, it was 3 games over the 6 or 7 days there, Ox, was a lot for anybody to take, and the amount of games we've played already in the season, I think there's 31 games we've played so far this season, an awful lot of football. And I'm not making excuses, Ox, but I think, and by the way, I hope we do win tomorrow, because that's just getting us to that next level, and like everybody's saying about the money that's going to come in next season, but if we didn't go through tomorrow, I would like to think we can kick on in the league then, Ox. Again, we'll be able to play on a Saturday, we'll be able to play the following Saturday, the odd Friday, the odd Wednesday, and that. We're playing every single week, 2 games a week, and it's just got up in us, Ox, and I think that's what's happened, and I think that's what Andy Halliday was saying about the standards of play. We need to get back to our standards. If we can get back to just having a couple of games a game a week, Ox, I think we'll get to where we should actually be. I think we've just been battered for the last few months now, and it's just took its toll on us, Ox, to be honest. So I've loved the run.
It's an experience, George. It's an experience, and it's
a young team, Ox, and that, I keep saying that is a young team, a young spine of the team. But the thing is, Ox, I've loved every minute of it. But I think if we just get back to playing 1 game a week in the cup games and things like that, we'll see a better Rangers team coming out, and we'll have a good finish to the season. That's my opinion, anyway.
I think. Did you sense the attitude's not been right in the last 2 games, or do you think we're reading too much into it, George?
See, Ox, I think we're reading too much into it. I honestly do think we're reading too much into it, Ox. I think the boys are out on their feet. Fox say that now. I'm not a biggest lover of Koulibaly, but he's been out on his feet the last couple of games. I mean, completely out on his feet in the last couple of games. We've been battered with injuries. One of the boys was signed, what do you call him? Murphy. Murphy's been out injured. Another boy who paid the year before, paid money for Dorrans, he's been out injured. We've had a few injuries. No, that's no excuses, Ox, but I think we've just been out on our feet. We started that high standard. The first game in Europe we probably should have went through. The second game we done great. Third game we done absolutely fantastic. And then on to Villarreal and just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And now see we're getting the harder end of the season. Dundee and Aberdeen, and teams are taking points off us. I think they're hammering the team for no reason, Ox. I think, and I'm not making excuses, I think we should be beating these teams as well, but I think we're just looking into it too much. I think if we just start getting either a couple of players in to help these guys, or if we just get back to playing league football, I think we'll do no bad for the end of the season, Ox. That's my honest opinion.
George, what I'll say is, we've been mugged at Ibrox before. Teams have came and mugged us before. And we've went to Dundee and we've had bad results in the past.
We're better Rangers team than this team, Ox.
But I think what's frustrated us, shall we say, is the performances. With such a high at Tynecastle to such a low quite quickly.
The high at Motherwell as well. I thought we were excellent. Folk talk about Motherwell getting a guy sent off, Ox. I thought we were excellent that day. A couple of other games I thought we've played really well. St Johnstone I thought we played really well. But there's just games where you just think to yourself, it's maybe just hit us just where it hurts, Ox. Maybe just too many games came in at too many times. Teams desperate for points, and we just kind of lift ourselves. Again, you should be able to lift yourself Jimmy's the one who always says you should always lift yourself. You're playing with Rangers, but sometimes it's just beyond you. It's just you're out on your feet and you can't do it. And maybe this winter break's maybe coming at a great time for us all. Again, we've got a lot of games between now and then, and we've got to pick up a lot of points between now and then. But I would like to think that we can kick on for the end of the season and have a good run at the end of the season and still have a good season out at Ox.
I hope you're right, George. I hope you're right. JFK.
It's everything George said there is 100% correct. Look, we know that the performance tomorrow is probably the catalyst of our season regarding Europe, right? And if we can pull it off, that'll be brilliant. But do you know something? See if we can pull it off. Let's know we have recriminations about it. We've always said here before, it's nice to be here. We didn't think we would be here. And if we do, and we'll put it as a big if the new Ox here, then let's concentrate in the league and just remember the journey that we were on for 15 games, 14 games, whatever it is. So I'm hopeful for tomorrow. I like the pressure for the gaffer. I especially liked the comment for Andy Halliday when the daft woman asked him about the training, and he says it doesn't really matter. He says I'll just go and play in any big green triangle thing that's put in front of me. And that was a great answer. So the players seem confident enough. I mean, John was saying there that they'd seen the players coming into Vienna today, or last night, whatever it was, and they seem in a good mood and a good frame of mind. So let's see what team the gaffer picks. And obviously we'll go with that second half of the show, what we all think our teams should be or could be. I'm hopeful that come tomorrow night when we'll come on here after the game that we'll all be pleasantly surprised. Performed well in parts in Europa League and performed really well in parts. So I'm really looking forward to it. So it's onwards and upwards for me, Ox, here. And the same as George says, there's a lot of good positives to take for us financially and the way the team's been playing. We've been playing a lot better than Europe most of the time when we have in the league. But
here, mate. Here. Rudy, and then the bridge.
Just can't disagree with much that George says, to be honest with you. The last two performances have been dreadful, but it's like you say, Ox, it's not really down to losing. I mean, we've watched better Rangers teams than this losing. It was the performances that were so disappointing and very frustrating to watch, because Aberdeen, they're a terrible team, and you saw what Dundee done to us, with the 9-10 men behind the ball stuff, not until they get their man sent off, and even after that, So, yeah, as far as Europe's concerned, they've put in some absolutely huge performances in Europe, 90 minutes away, that's all they are, Ox, 90 minutes away from making history, putting their themselves into our history book. And I've got I don't know, I've just got this feeling that they're going to do it tomorrow night. I know we're without Candace, without Kent, we'll come back to that, no doubt, at some point in the show. I mean, it's hard to sort of second guess Steven Gerrard, really. But I think the team, in my opinion, more or less picks itself. If you look at who's available, and I think that team's more than capable. At Ibrox, I think their captain, it was a day or two later, was saying in the Austrian press that they couldn't compete with Rangers. Right up to the last minute of the game, Rangers were still running them ragged, Couldn't believe how fit they were. Well, hopefully that's the same tomorrow night, But for me, Europe's been absolutely fantastic. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And as I said, we wanted this back for 6 years. We've got it back, Ox. If we do go out tomorrow night, look, it'll be a wee bit disappointing. If we don't get
always disappointing, mate. Aye, of course
it is. But then, as George makes a good point, you concentrate on the league then, and you hopefully start to do better in the league then.
Bridgeman?
Kind of disagree with what Rudy was saying there. It's, how can we say it? I have to say, I'm just absolutely bursting for tomorrow night. I'm just bursting for it, really. I'm desperate for it to come. I hope, really, really hope, heart to heart, that we get through there. But that takes away, I'm not trying to take anything away from what happened in the league, what we're doing in the league. Obviously, I would love to win the league as well. But, this is the next game. This is where we are. This is the competition we're in. and there's riches for us there if we can get through. Riches beyond our dream for the start of the season. You just imagine we've got a manager there, he's only, less than 7 months in the job, and here we're talking about potentially getting through to the last 32 in Europe, in a European tournament. Absolutely unbelievable. Just unbelievable. So I'm as high as a kite, as you can probably tell, and I'm so happy it's no real. So please, Rangers, go out, duff this mob up, mollocate them, and give us a victory. Please.
Did somebody send us something there? Did something pop up?
Something popped up. Rangers Army boys in it, I think. So
Submarine Loyal. Alright, Rangers Supporters Club. Brilliant. Don't know who's put it in. GFK, I think GFK's put it in. When you think, Bridgeman, how low we were after that progress result last year, look where we've been now.
Absolutely, pal. You know, I think all the guys know. 12, no less, it's more than that. Virtually 18 months ago, this is where we were. We go through the first qualification game. We win at Ibrox and then we get pumped up abroad. Just unbelievable. Just unbelievable. So that team saw us lose in Europe and then took us to the depths of despair at times. And now we're back. We've got a new manager I think he's doing a fantastic job with us. And who would have thought? The Bears are just going mad. This is dream stuff, Oxtear. It's just dream stuff. And I'm sure that the guys in the panel and a load of the boys in the lobby, look, at the end of the day, we're still all die-hard Rangers fans. We want Rangers to do well. We want to go to Ibrox and we go there, or wherever we go to see them. We want them to play well. If they get beat, they get beat. Because in general, we can take defeats as long as we get beaten. And on the day, we're a better team on the day. But as long as it's like that, then we're okay and we can take it. But no, the way we've been playing, we can't go and watch games that we play terribly on and then go the next day and listen to the team telling us they're sorry and all that crap. Here we'll get a big chance tomorrow night. Every single one of them, put your fresh head on. Forget everything in the past. Fresh head on. You go out there and beat that team tomorrow night. You've beaten it at Ibrox before, so you should be full of confidence. Just go out and do it.
Mollocate them's the cry, Bridge.
Mollocate them, pal. Absolutely mollocate them.
JFK.
Yes, mate.
Some of these players were brought in, their European experience. They must benefit from this journey this season for them.
Oh, without a doubt. You know, a lot of them have never played like decent league football, never mind European football. So it's a learning curve for a lot of these boys as well. We've got a nucleus aside, maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 at the very most in the pool who've played any European football, but the rest of them haven't played it to a decent level. And we're playing this at a decent level, and we're competing well. And it's unfortunate 1 or 2 of the results didn't go the way that we hoped it would go. So somebody's washing their teeth there. I don't know what's happening there. I wasn't going to say the other thing because anyway, I'm just going to mute because.
Oh dear. Right, let's just see. It wasn't me, it wasn't Rudy Bear, and it wasn't GFK, right? So we'll leave it like that. We're no ones for grassing, but get yourself on mute and we'll have a tune for your Fox.
And marching on through the years of history. Heads held on high, up for the jersey they would do or die. Oh, fight, fight for right, play the game with a badge of glory. We'll lose or draw, well, that's a Glasgow Rangers story. See them march on, banners high as they fly before you, loyal and true. on the way to cheer the boys in blue. Oh, follow they will, marching on through the songs of glory. Win, lose or draw, well, that's the Glasgow Rangers story. Have you seen the Glasgow Rangers? Have you seen the boys in blue? Well, they're admired by all who know them. If you knew them, so would you. For they have played in Monaco, they have played in the USA, but the greatest game in history is the game on New Year's Day. For it's a home of famous heroes, and their praises they have been sung. Willie Waddle, Tory Gaelic, Alan Morton and George Young. And when all my life has ended, and when death has made its mark, will you scatter all my ashes on the slopes of Ibrox Park? And with the angels I'll be singing, up in heaven there up above, I'll be singing, follow, follow, to the Rangers that I love. And with my flute I will be playing in the valleys and the glens. I'll be happy and contented when the Rangers win again. See them marching on through the years of history. It's head on high, up for the jersey they would do or die. Fight, fight for right, play the game with a badge of glory. Win, lose or draw, well, that's a Glasgow Rangers story. See them march on, banners high as they fly before you, loyal and true, on the way to cheer the boys in blue. Oh, follow they will, marching on to the songs of glory. Win, lose or draw, well, that's a Glasgow Rangers story. Win, lose or draw, well, that's a Glasgow Rangers story.
Brilliant, brilliant. Enjoy that, lads?
Great wee ditty. Great wee
for the Glasgow Rangers story.
Have you finished your chores?
Which chores?
The ones we were listening to.
I don't know what you were talking about. I'm on mute.
Can you explain to him, JFK?
What was happening? Oh, JFK, you at it there, boy?
Somebody was at it. And it wasn't me.
And it wasn't me.
I was speaking at the time. I can't do things with my mouth full. Somebody else was.
Jack, you know. Oh, that was funny.
It was,
that was a great wee day. I enjoyed that, really. Positive one. He's got some voice, that big fella, hasn't he?
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Fantastic singer. Really good, powerful voice he's got with brilliant wee songs.
All right, we've been joined by a caller. Evening, caller.
Hello, hello. We are the Billy Boys.
Right, see if you can guess who this is. Who's going first? I'll let JFK have a go.
Little Blue.
Well done. How we doing, LB?
I'm alright. I'm a little bit drunk by the way. Celebrating a little bit early.
Right, Bridgeman.
Sorry,
all right. Little Blue is celebrating early.
Oh, the victory.
Yes.
For tomorrow night. Oh dear. Oh well. I wish her luck, because I hope that, like every other Rangers fan, that's exactly what we want for sure. I wish her luck.
No, I'm not really celebrating early. I'm just, it's my day off.
Oh, that's to celebrate.
It's my day off. It's my day off, and this is my weekend for me, so I'm celebrating at the moment.
Oh, you're quite right, Little Blue. Quite right.
Good on you. Good on you. Yeah, you just like JFK. You don't really need an excuse.
No, I don't need any excuse.
Yes.
I like to have a little drinky poos on my days off.
As you know yourself, I'm a teetotaler, Little Blue, as you know.
Yes, I am.
His middle name's Pinocchio, Little Blue.
It absolutely is, by the way.
Don't make me go to rehab. I said no. Yes, I've been black, but when I come back.
Is it strange that I'm actually dancing to that?
Oh, somebody to go to rehab, wonder who that is. So, what's your thoughts on tomorrow night, Little Blue?
Oh, I think, you know, like after the past couple of days, a couple of games of absolute complete fucking nonsense, I think they're going to put it together. They're really going to play their hearts out, I think. I hope, anyway. But no, I actually think they will.
I hope you're right. You think
no,
the players
I really do.
Do you think we'll miss the boy Kent and Candias?
No, not really. We've got Wallace.
I know he was pictured going, but I don't think he can play. I don't think he's registered for Europe.
Are you sure now?
I think I'm right. JFK?
Can he play? No registered.
No, what? I know that. I'm only joking.
We've been joined by Big Ulster. How are we doing? Are you celebrating early as well, big man?
Well, I'm just back from the Rangers meeting there, so we had a few Christmas drinks on the club's tab.
It's another me and you sober tonight on here, JFK.
It's alright. I haven't had as many as Little Blue.
Good on you, son. Good on you.
I'm definitely sober. I've only had 10 vodkas. I wouldn't even wash my teeth in that.
Wait a minute, I'm sitting here drinking coffee. I'm easing off. I'm at the...
I'm going for a drink.
Get the drinks out, boys. Come on, let's celebrate.
Tomorrow.
What was the mood at the Rangers meeting, Big Ulster?
Pretty good, funny enough. Probably because everyone was getting free drinks off the club. But no, I think everyone. Well, we were talking about our disappointments, obviously, with the league form, but I think it was more actual excitement for the big match tomorrow. So, yeah, excitement. Everybody's pretty excited, and hopefully we can put the bad form behind us and move on. So, yeah, the Spurs was pretty good, to be honest, given what's happened the last week.
Anybody away over for your neck of the woods?
No, there's boys obviously travelling from here, but not in our actual clubbers, not this time. But we're going to keep our eyes open for, well, fingers crossed if we can do the business tomorrow. Well, I think we're going to have a wee discussion and maybe be quick on the button if we can get somewhere handy to go to in the next round. If we get there. But we'll wait and see.
Right, we're going to go into the team tomorrow night. So give us your thoughts first, the bridge.
Well, based on Kent won't be there. I would go with, for me anyway, it depends on who's there, of course, but for me, it would be the goalkeeper, it would obviously be McGregor. And you would have Tav, Golson, Macaulay, or maybe the other way about, Macaulay out on the right and Golson on the left, and Barisic if he's fit. That's my defenders. Midfield, I would go with what we had the other day would be Arfield's available, isn't he? So I would definitely have Jack, Koulibaly and Arfield.
All right, okay. I've got quite a radical team. Do you want to hear it?
Fire away.
Yeah, fire it in.
McGregor, Flanagan, Barisic, Macaulay, and Golson.
No.
Let me finish. Halliday, Tavernier, Jack, Ajaria, and Arfield. And maybe Koulibaly for Ajaria. Morelos up top. And leave Gregsner and Middleton for the last 25 minutes.
Are you sure you're sober?
Aye.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about that one as well.
4-5-1.
You're playing Tav on the right side of midfield then?
Aye.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's a team or I think it'll be that. I'm just putting something there a bit different.
I'll take
Oxshire.
Oxshire.
Sorry to jump in there, Rudy. Oxshire, what brought you to that type kind of thinking, mate?
It's not what I think the team will be. I'm just putting something there a wee bit different.
No, but we're on here to see what
the obvious selection will be Tav. I would think Halliday at left back because Barisic hasn't done enough to see over the last 90 minutes, has he? Right. So then you would go with, I would think, Golson and Macaulay in the middle of the defence. Then your midfield three. Who do we go with? Jack and Arfield will play. Then in one, A another. Gregsner and Middleton, and then Morelos up top. And how do we change it? How would we change it? Who have we got to come on to change it?
I know what you're saying, that's it.
Because as long as it's nothing each, we only need a goal.
Well, see, I'm going to. Mine is McGregor, Tav, Golson, Katic, and I would play Barisic. And in the middle, I'd play McCrory, Arfield, and Halliday. And up front, it'd be Gresda and Middleton with Fred. You're thinking there's kind of knocked me off my kilter there, you know. That's a weird pick, mate.
I did say it was out there, mate.
Aye, it wasn't half, aye.
Mm-hmm. Rudy?
Well, it's McGregor. It's got to be Tav on the right. I don't see Flanagan playing on the right. I'd eat my hat tomorrow night if you're right.
I'm going to pick Flanagan neither, but I'm just putting something out there a bit different, yeah?
Right, so I'll have Tav on the right. I would go with Halliday on the left, because like you, I don't think Barisic, I think it's too soon for him, it's too big a game, and I think Halliday's performed well. I don't think he's let us down whenever he's played at left back, so I'd go with Halliday, I think, at left back. Macaulay, Goldson, centre backs. I'll go in midfield threes, definitely Arfield, Jack, and I hate to say it, but Koulibaly. I'm just hoping we get a performance out of him tomorrow night. We're due a performance out of him, definitely, so hopefully it's tomorrow night. So I'll go with, so Jack, Koulibaly, Arfield. I'm disappointed with Daniels that no there, because he's been really good in Europe. Candace, because he's suspension, obviously. I'm all disappointed with Kent, Kent's no managed to make it. So I think for me, it'd probably be Grezda and Middleton. With Alfredo up front.
All right, Big Ulster.
I think I would go with, obviously McGregor and Nats, Tavernier right back, Koulibaly, Goldson and Macaulay at centre backs, Barisic at left back. I'd go for Jack Andy Halliday in the midfield with Artfield further up the pitch. And I'd maybe try Grezda probably in the right mid because there's no Candia, so he probably will start on the right side. Artfield up top. I was going to say Middleton, but I would maybe give Lafferty a try on the left because I've seen him play there for Hearts and playing pretty well. And it'd be another goal scoring threat for me. So I'd maybe try Big Lafferty on the left. So there's a controversial one for you.
You're basing that in form, I take it.
No, I just think playing for Hearts, when I've seen him playing for Hearts, he played a lot of that out wide on the left row and was good at cutting in and getting shots off and goals. So, but it probably will be Middleton. But that's just something I would test out. And then it means if things aren't working out for us, you've got an impact player like Middleton to bring on. Then that's someone you can bring on. And if Barisic is maybe being fatigued, it's just a matter of moving Halliday to the left back position at some point, maybe later on in the game, and then having maybe an Ajaria or a Koulibaly on at some stage to take over his position in the midfield.
All right, then. We'll be joined by Fox, who's been sitting peacefully in the background. How we doing, Fox?
Evening, guys.
How we doing, mate? How are you, mate? That was a great call for Ibrox John, taking the time to phone us from Vienna.
Was indeed, thoroughly enjoyed it. Made me a bit jealous.
Aye, well, I think we're all a wee bit jealous. What's your thinking on the team, mate? You're usually studying all day.
Wee bit outside the box here. I'm going to go for McGregor in goal. A back three of Goldson, Macaulay and Worrell. A five across the midfield, Tav, Arfield, McCrory, Halliday and Barisic, with Morelos and Grezda up front.
Any comments?
Are you drunk as well, Fox?
No.
I can see positives in that team, actually.
I know that's a team.
I think that Halliday is going to get played first, and then Barisic will come on later. I don't think that they're going to play Barisic in, full time. I think that Halliday is going to get played first, and then Barisic, because they're both quite the same in how they play. In my opinion, of course. But
your humble opinion, little boy.
My humble opinion, I do think that Halliday will get played first, and then it'll be Barisic afterwards.
All right, JFK, you were coming in there, mate.
I know it's just teams that we think or what. No, but I mean, your team and Fox's team is right away out there, and there's no way he's going to play that. I can't see it anyway, and I might be wrong. I know it's all about opinions, I mean, I'm not all saying that about Macaulay, and I know I've been bumping my gums about Macaulay, but I've left him out. I'd rather use Macaulay for the league games because that's more important to me as it stands. And I know the Morrow Nights game is an important game, but I'd like to keep Gareth Macaulay for the league game. But I understand why there's a chance he might play tomorrow. But that's a team I'd like to play. But yourself and Fox's team, they're they're out there like, oh, hey, what's your thinking on that?
I'll tell you my thinking.
No, I can see your thinking there, Fox. I can.
You're playing better than me. Let's hear him.
No, we're playing the five. You're playing. We've always said about it'd be good to see us play with the three at the back and five across the middle. And he's got to try and stifle that. Now, in the midfield we've got to do is rubbish. we're not doing anything in midfield. And I can see why Foxy's thinking that way, the way he'd like to see it.
You need to let him in, JFK. You need to let him in, because if you don't let him in when he's thinking now, forget it. JFK, come in, Fox.
Well, three at the back speaks for itself. I think having Tav and Barisic on the wings gives us a bit of defensive cover and forward play. Both of them good at getting the ball into the box. I think Arfield and Halliday could get forward and make runs into the box. And I think Morelos and Gresda could cause a bit of problems up front. I don't see it as being that radical. It's only because we're away from the 4-3-3 that people might think it's radical. I think it makes sense. We don't want to be overrun in the midfield. I think we've got players that will, in that side, that would work both going forward and back. And I think it would give us a fighting chance there.
I can see 100% what you're saying there, Fox. You know, as I said there, our midfield has been overrun, and we need to combat that. And it's a good radical way of going for it. But I mean, I'm trying to be a wee bit more pragmatic and say this is a team that I think he would pick, and I would probably pick. And your choices are brilliant in that aspect, the way you'd like to see it, with Gresda and Morelos up front. I don't agree with Ulster. I'd be quite surprised even if he gets a game in the bench. And I'm saying that I just think that the big laughs biding his time at Ibrox now. The last couple of times I've watched him, he doesn't look fit to me, and his arse is becoming the size of a Clydesdale horse. He looks laboured, and I wouldn't play him at all. I wouldn't even bring him on as a sub. But if you're looking for a bit of pace up front with Fred, I suppose Gresda would bring that to his Fox, you know. Three at the back is a bit radical for me, and the fact is that I'm thinking he's never going to do that, because he's always played with that back four the way he does.
Well, he went to back three at Murrayville. Big Ulster?
No, I can see. I like Foxy's team, actually. I've heard it. I think there's a lot of positives on that side, actually. We do need to win, so why not? Go guns blazing. And I think he's right. Yeah, if he had it, it'd be interesting to see how Archfield and Halliday would play in like a more forward role. Because we know Halliday is one of the very few players that we have that has a confidence that if he gets himself in a position outside the box, he'll have a crack. And we know when we've seen before, he can score from outside the box when he gets a wee bit of space and has a shot on goal. Yeah, I like it, Foxy. Good team, mate. I don't know if he'll play it, but I like it.
I don't think you'll see any change of formation at all, to be honest with you. I
don't think so either.
Change of personnel as opposed to a change of formation. I think Ox, you know, I think he'll go with, he'll go with what he always goes with. He'll go with a 4-3. His hand's been pushed a wee bit because of Candace being out, Kent's not available. But he's got, you know, like for like players there in Gresda and wee Middleton. And that's why I think they'll play them all night, and I think it'll go with Alfredo as you would do, you know. So it's more likely to just be a change of personnel. I can see Halliday playing left back. Barisic isn't back and fully fit proper yet. You know, Flanagan's been a nightmare at left back in the last few games that he's played there. In fact, for most of the season, if truth be told, he's not been great at left back. But you know, you're asking a lot of him being a right-footed player. So as I say, I don't see a change of formation tomorrow night.
Who put Worrell in the team?
I thought that was you, Jimmy.
No, that was Fox.
I'll tell you my reasoning behind that, mate. My reason is I think he's all right in the deck, but no in the air, and that's why I had to have Goldson in between both him and Goldson. I'd have Macaulay in the middle in between him and Goldson.
See, I'd love a 3-5-2, but I've said it all along. I absolutely love it. It's a fantastic setup if you get the right players. In my opinion, we don't have the right players in defence. We have an imbalance at the central defensive area. We don't have a major left-footed defender that would do it. Maybe Barisic could fill in that left side. I don't know, in a 3-5-2. But you need somebody with a good left foot and somebody. I would say just a centre half that's left-footed. I think you've got to get it, but you'll not get there. I know you just don't have it. I agree that if Barisic isn't fit and the manager doesn't want to take any chances, I think it's obvious that Halliday will fit in there because he's done no too bad, truth be told. But I think the rest of the team should be able to pick itself, in all honesty. I think so. I wouldn't change too much.
We'll see. I mean, if you're asking me what I think will happen, I think Dresden and Middleton will be playing, but I was just putting something a wee bit out there. JFK.
Yeah.
It's good, we've all got our own thoughts on our own teams and that, but I mean, Foxes just is a cracking team, you know, but we've not went into as deep thought as a Fox man's done there. But I'd love to see us go a 3-5-2, you know, I'd like to see it, you know, I think it would probably combat, our midfield is performing poorly, but I'm being, as I say, I'm using a word again, pragmatic. I'm looking at the team I think that he'll probably will put out, and it's just my way of thinking, you know. I think Barisic will play, and I'd like to see Andy Halliday get a game, and I think that's proved. Foxy's thinking again there, the guy who sits beside the gaffer is usually name on the sheet first, and it's Halliday today again, so he'll be in the team tomorrow, definitely.
So you think Halliday's going to play in midfield?
Well, I think he will. He'll play anyway. He'll either play in the left midfield or he'll play left back, Bridgeman. But I'll put Barisic in as my left back.
I'm saying if Barisic is playing, if he's fully fit and he's playing, are you still going to find a spot for Halliday?
I play McCrory, Arfield and Halliday.
Okay, pal. Okay.
That's the way I was looking at Bridge with Grezda, Fred and Middleton up front. So I think there's going to be a space for Andy Halliday, and I might be wrong. He might end up playing left back. But
Jimmy, I'll tell you one thing. Regardless of who plays in that midfield tomorrow, they've got to grab a game by the scruff of the neck, because performance for the midfield is the point I was making the other night, Jimmy. As they've been woeful at times in the last few games in the midfield. They've been non-existent at times. They can't get away with that tomorrow night.
Did everybody pick Macaulay? Aye.
Well, I did anyway.
Yeah, I've got a thinking in Macaulay. I think you should be keeping Macaulay for the league games, because they're more important than the Europa games, although we all know we want to win tomorrow night and get into the last 32. But maybe that's why didn't play him there at the weekend. He was thinking of keeping him for the...
I think that, Jimmy. I think that's why I left them out at the weekend. I thought they'd get the job done.
Unless he's got a knock, that sort of thing, it makes sense for there.
And I thought that at the weekend. I was surprised that Macaulay was there in the starting 11 at the weekend. Yeah. So I think what you thought is, right, I'll go with him. He's Dundee. We should be okay. Didn't turn out that way, obviously, but I think that was his thinking. And he's thought, Macaulay for Thursday night, huge game. We'll keep him for Thursday night, just in case he picks a knock-up, you know.
Who's doing the shark videos?
What?
Somebody's watching Blue Planet.
Blue Planet.
As long as it's just Blue Planet, folks.
Nothing to do with me.
Isn't it straight? I don't think as many of us on here would have had Halliday in the team, you know, if you were asking us at the start of the season, especially as Gerrard was making his team. Just goes to show, doesn't it? You know,
shows you how far he's come, Ulster, doesn't it? This season, Andy Halliday. You know, you'd pick him most, wouldn't you?
Well, this is it, mate. And as I say, he hasn't done anything amazing, but he's been a really solid 7 nearly every game he's played. You know, just what I think when Gerrard was saying, I can know who I can rely on, know who I can trust. I think he was talking about players like Halliday, and the problem is, it's not really the other player, and the other players, if they were playing to probably full potential, Halliday maybe wouldn't get in. But I think it's the fact that he's had solid games without being amazing, but solid games every sort of performance.
Yeah. What was
deserves his chance.
What was the game that the gaffer grabbed him? Sorry, Fox. What was the game that the gaffer grabbed Halliday and wrapped him, cuddling him and hugging him and wrapping him? No. As if to say, though, your mama...
The 2-2 game after 9 men. Was that
it might have been. It might have been, mate.
No, I think it was the Maribor game.
Was it, mate?
We in Maribor, yeah. I think it was. He grabbed him like he's his wee brother, didn't he?
Aye.
Headlock and he rubbed the coat seed and then shoved him away. It was a nice touch.
Can I just say that Andy Halliday came across really, really well in that interview?
Yeah.
Fox, you were coming in there, mate.
I was just going to say, he scored a tremendous goal on Sunday, mate.
Yep.
I don't know how many free kicks we've had about the Bolts, but that's the first one I've seen him really take, and he put it in the onion bag, mate. Fair play to him. And I have seen him when he has been playing that he's no scared to have a shot from outside the Bolts. It was his shot that got us the penalty against, was it Motherwell?
Yeah.
And
the controversial one.
Well, it still got us.
Got a guy sent off, didn't he? Brilliant.
I've only named that team to tell you the truth, because Stevie G will only pick that, and then I can go tomorrow night. Well, I tell you, you could have played that. Well done.
I do think one thing, guys, and I have to say this in all honesty, this is it's like a cup final for us. This is it. If we win tomorrow night, as I said, there's God knows what's beyond for us, really and truly. But if we don't play our best team tomorrow night, our strongest team that's available to us, then hell Mendes, I mean that sincerely. This is a massive game for us. We have to play our best team, or whoever the manager thinks is his best team, and not just some sort of make-up team. He has to get to know who he wants to play and make sure it's the strongest team he can play in his mind. Seriously. Because he can't experiment. It's too big a competition for us. Too big a competition. One game, 90 minutes, we need to do it.
Can I ask everyone a wee question? Just while we're talking about the holiday.
Yeah, on you go, mate.
Right, because we know of a lot of important games coming up, especially as December month, and it's going to be pretty hectic, right? But if Barisic comes back fully fit and he owns that left back role, how many of you would have Holiday in your first 11 to come into the midfield, or do you think there's three better than him?
No, from what I've seen recently, Ulster, there isn't. I mean, the last time Halliday played in midfield, I thought he'd done really well. Done nothing wrong, in my opinion. And from what I've seen, the likes of Koulibaly and Ajaria in the last few games, I'd certainly put him in before the both of them, unless they up their game by a significant amount, to be honest. So I would happily put him in midfield. He's got a really sweet left foot, Andy Halliday. He showed that at the weekend there, with that strike and goals Fox was saying.
It's one of the finest goals you'll ever see in a cup final, and nobody mentions it.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Woo-hoo!
So I wouldn't have a problem putting him in midfield, to be honest with you, Ulster.
No, I'm the same. I would keep him there if he's playing well and he's got the jersey. Keep him. He's not done much wrong for me for what he's performed. So the others, Koulibaly, Nigeria, as far as I'm concerned, they can go and sit the bench at the moment. Andy Halliday holds that jersey and he's playing well, and the gaffer is happy with him. Then we're all happy.
So are we going to drop Ryan Jack and Koulibaly? Is that what we're saying?
Well, if they're not playing well.
I was just meaning, Bridge, sorry. If Boris is the left back, say he does come back fully fit and the manager wants him there, I'm just saying, would you have him? You drop who you want, or you don't have to drop anyone. I was just asking the question, would you put him in your midfield three? One of those three?
I'm basically asking a question of the guys who are saying they would have Koulibaly dropped, not in the team, and Ryan Jack. I'm asking why they would be dropped.
If Halliday was playing well, you can't drop a player that's playing well.
But Halliday hasn't played midfield.
No, that's no the question that Fox was asking. What he's saying is that would he retain that jersey, playing in that position? And my answer to that was, if he's playing well enough, yes, he would retain the jersey. I didn't say he should retain the jersey. What I said is, if he's playing well enough, he should retain the jersey, Bridgeman. For me, Koulibaly's no done anything special. Ryan Jack's in and out. But if Andy Halliday is performing the way he has been here and there, saying, well, okay, he deserves that spot. So if he's playing well for the team, give him the jersey.
So we would have McCrory, based on what you're saying, you'll have McCrory, Andy Halliday, and Arfield. Is that right?
For tomorrow night, I would, aye.
Yeah, right, okay.
I think you're more chance of my team, Jimmy.
What would your thoughts be on that, Ox?
It's difficult. I mean, At the start of the season, let's be honest about it, none of us thought Andy Halliday got a sniff, did we?
No.
We didn't even think he got a sniff. So he's strength of character. And whether we like it or not, in the last few weeks he's been one of our most consistent players, and maybe that was a mistake that Stevie G's made when they brought Flanagan back in against Aberdeen. Because Andy had done nothing to justify getting out the team, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I have to agree with you there. I have to agree with you there in that sense. Based on an historic, for looking back the way, absolutely right.
Well, but so, but it's easy to be wise in hindsight, Ulster.
I think he's done very well.
Very true.
I think he's done very well. And he is a bear. We all know he's a bear, and he'll give his 100%. We're speaking about European football now. I don't know, he's played very well at left back. I'm not 100% sure whether he could just step up that 10 yards or 15 yards and do the same type of job. Because we've seen him playing in midfield before, and he's get kind of lost a wee bit, you know. So it's very difficult to come back. He can't track back very well, simply because of the position he's playing in. I'm not dead sure of that. I don't understand why we wouldn't have Ryan Jack and Koulibaly playing alongside what do you call him, Arfield. I can't see him. I can't see past that. We'll see what the manager picks, of course, you know.
Wee bit of breaking news, guys. A full plane of Rangers fans. The Barasti. The flight would not be leaving for Vienna tonight. The plane was withdrawn from service. Rangers fans are sitting in the airport waiting to fly. That's a boy put it up on Ross Beattie's name is put it up on follow.
That's not the one the guys get chipped off the plane, is it?
It's only happened 5 minutes ago. Doesn't it say him to get kicked? Just as a full plane is kicked off the Vienna flight.
That happened earlier, Jimmy. That was I think it was just a few people were just a wee bit overly boisterous, and I think the whole
guy just put it up there 5 minutes ago.
But the only problem is the flight's has went. The only problem is for the guys and girls, should I say, who's going to be trying to get the next connecting flight in Germany.
Oh, that's good.
They missed that flight, unfortunately. I think they're going to miss their connecting flight.
Right, as long as not.
What a farce! What a farce!
Some trouble is you have got to watch when you go in an aeroplane how you conduct yourself.
Absolutely. By the way, it's not as if they haven't been told. They've been told many times, and they've seen it, and they've read about them many times as well. You know, you've got to watch what you're doing.
We'll see what happens. Right. So what? We'll get slightly different opinions. I don't think that John Flanagan will play right back. I was just putting something out there to be a wee bit different, Rudy Bear.
Aye, I think you're right, mate. I don't think he will play right back. I'll eat my own heart if he does tomorrow night. But it's nothing now with a wee bit of discussion, is there, as far as team formation goes, personnel goes. As I said, you'll not see a change of formation for me. I'd be very, very surprised if he changes the formation for tomorrow night. I actually really do like the idea of 3-5-2. Like, Bridgman likes the idea as well. But as Bridge says, we don't have the personnel for that at the moment, unfortunately. I think that would be a great formation, to be honest. I think you'd see a lot of attacking football for it, but you won't see it tomorrow night. He'll go with his 4-3-3, he'll go with his tried and tested, and he'll go for like as far as personnel is concerned with Candace and Kent. I think we'll see Kesda and B Middleton. But good try, Ox, good try.
No, the sensible option, what you've said there, Rudy, the sensible option.
Yeah.
You want the right to reply, Mr. Fox?
Like what? I just wanted to overload the midfield. I think what we need to get back to is closing down the opposition tomorrow night in their own half and see if we can steal balls and maybe get a goal that way. We've got to look at every option for a goal. I brought in McCrory because he's a possible threat in the box for set pieces, as well as the three tall centre backs at the back, all in the box at set pieces. An extra one in McCrory would benefit us. I left out Jack for the same reason, as he is not a threat towards goal for me, and we're going to need to score in that game. Look, guy, whatever 11 Stevie Gerrard sends out tomorrow night, they'll all play during the season one game where they'll all play really well. Let's just hope it's tomorrow night. Whatever 11 takes it part tomorrow night.
Here, Fox.
Here, Fox.
Yeah.
And let's hope they can do it for all us fans, but for particularly the boys that have made the time and effort to get over there, Big Ulster.
Yeah, everybody looks like they're going to already having a great time, mate, and I think they deserve a good result. I hope we get the win, of course, but no matter what happens, I hope the team goes down fighting. If we are to lose or to draw, we don't maybe make it. But as long as they put in a cracking performance for the team, for the fans, because the fans really deserve it.
Well, if there's as many fans going over there as we've heard, some people are saying there's going to be 10,000 there, which is just unbelievable. Just utterly unbelievable. Fabulous and well done to them. Apart from that plane load that's not going to get there that Jimmy was mentioning, I hope they manage to get there tomorrow. I hope so.
Another good thing was that stadium, it's not long built, Mike, but it's the first time ever that it will be full tomorrow night.
Only holds 28,000.
Yeah, it's never been full yet, Jimmy. Since
yeah, that's right. I heard that.
That's the Rangers. That's what Rangers does for you.
Any of you guys, Oxtail, you remember we played Sturm Graz at Ibrox.
You don't find nothing, didn't we?
We absolutely murdered them, and we thought, we're going to go out there and hammer this team. Did they not beat us 3-1 or 4-1 or something like that?
Beat us quite comfortably.
Oh, I hope that nothing like that happens against this team, because we were really quite confident.
The show was going all right till you mentioned that.
I'm sorry, pal. I don't. Reminder of sometimes we do really well at Ibrox and we go abroad and my God, we got humped.
I don't think this team will run out of tappies. I think it'll be a tight game. I can't see the same type of result like the Sturm Graz one you're talking about, Bridge. I think it'll be tight, and if it's 1-0 or 2-1, I think it'll be a through the fingers game. Watching it, I think it'll be a good game to watch. I'm hoping
behind the sofa on, no,
behind the sofa and I can't see it. I mean, they've lost 3 of their last 4 home games in the league, and that doesn't account for nothing, I know, because they got a good result in the Europa League last time out. So I think I
don't know
can't
how
see.
they won that game to me.
No, they are, mate. No, they are, but they still won it. But the fact of the matter is, I can't see them running out of tappies. I never seen enough that can convince me that's going to happen. It's what we do on the night, how we play, and we're not going to blame the condition of the park, but what I saw earlier on the Sky News thing, that it looks a bit of a mud heap, but hopefully we can cope with that, and we've got the players that can.
Was it the last few minutes of the show, Fox? We were chatting earlier on, and there's been a lot of great performances in Europe through the year. What's the one that sticks out for you? Everybody's got maybe a game you were at, or the away game that maybe you went mad in the house. What was the really one that got you?
Between two. I would probably say
for one.
Probably Leeds at Ellen Road, mate.
I was at that game. That was a fabulous night. Night.
Especially when everybody thought we had absolutely no chance down there. Everybody in England thought it'd be a canter for Leeds, and we done them, mate. We were the better team here than the 90 minutes as well, and probably one of our best performances away from home.
I would like to second that. Can I second that one?
Yeah, that's fine. It would be up there. I mean, I might plump for that. What about yourself, TFK? What stands out for you?
1978 European Cup. We drew nothing each against PSV Eindhoven, and nobody had ever beat them in their own run, and we beat them 3-2 to get through to the next round.
Brilliant back, Jimmy.
Who scored the goals?
Bobby Russell scored the winner.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Christ.
Derek Johnson.
Ali McDonald.
Bobby Russell scored the winner runner.
Kenny Watson. No, Robert Russell in Rangers Radio. Should it not be Robert Russell?
Robert Russell.
I think it was about 2 or 3 minutes to go when we Tommy McLean sent him scampering through.
Yep.
Aye.
But that was the PSV had never been beaten a European tie for something like 7 or 8, 9 years, and when we went to Ibrox the fortnight before that, and we drew nothing each, and we all thought, well, at least when we go to Holland, we'll maybe have a wee duke down the red light area and things like that, and just maybe try and help ourselves a bit. But hey, did we no good there? And what a game it was! 3-2 we won, Fox. What a game!
Aye, 1-0 down within a minute, I think.
That's right. Aye. That's a good memory.
Dutch football was up there at that time. I mean, they were in the back of 2 World Cup finals, 78 and 82, and had some fabulous players.
The Van der Kerken brothers, I think they both played in that game.
Yep.
I think Big Johnson scored. I think it was Kenny Watson had a power drive, and Big Johnson put his head where nobody else would and made it 2 each. From memory, mate. From memory, I haven't watched it. But Bobby Russell's goal is a famous goal in our club. I don't know if you've seen that one, Big Ulster, being a bit younger.
No, haven't. But I'm going to search for it later.
Bobby Russell, PSV Eindhoven. Another performance that sticks out for me was in the road to Manchester, the quarter-finals, the Sporting Lisbon goals when we broke away and scored. Darshiko and Whittaker. That's a great memory.
Whittaker's goal was an absolute cracker. So I mean, they were both good goals, but Whittaker, that was a cracker of a goal. You know, the way he just meandered through and just next thing you know, the buzz in the back of the net. Yeah, I'm just going to see Leeds. I'll tell you why I'm going to see the Leeds game at Elland Road. I was working in London at the time. I was working at the BBC at the time. And when we beat them 2-1 at Ibrox, all the workmates were full of this. Just wait till they get you back at Elland Road. You were lucky. Wait till they get you back at Elland Road. And after we beat them at 2-1 at Elland Road, I walked into the canteen first thing in the morning, 7:30 in the morning. There was this mad Scotsman standing screaming his head off in the morning. We're on chopping paper cups and newspapers at me and all that. They're battling me with newspapers and all that. And I loved it. I thought that was an absolutely brilliant result. So it was. So that's probably one that really sticks out for me.
I was sitting just in front of the director's box at Elland Road that night.
Is that right?
Aye. That was a fabulous night.
It was a fantastic result, wasn't it? What a great performance. It was actually a great game to watch, Ox. That was the thing about it, you know. It was such a good game.
Well, for me, it wasn't. My job was getting battered left.
Yeah. But it was. I thought that was a brilliant result. In all honesty, thinking back, I think my thinking at the time was I wasn't really expecting us to win at Elland Road for some reason. I knew we had a good team, you know, really, we were a really good team then, and I was kind of thinking, Leeds have got some team as well, though, you know, so I wasn't expecting us to win. I was just kind of hoping we could hold on, maybe just get the draw or something like that, you know, but to go down there, you know, beat the English champions at the time, fantastic result.
It was good about Big Hateley's goal, Rudy, it took the goalkeeper with him. See the ball and the goalkeeper, the way Big Hateley hit the ball in the volley, the goalie, it just took it, the ball took him into the net. What a goal.
Some goal, wasn't it?
Brilliant.
And obviously for you, Bridge, obviously for you, it must be Wolverhampton Town. That was a fantastic result.
These results were just credited. They're fantastic. The one I was at was the one at Ibrox against Inter Milan. We'd played Inter Milan over at the San Siro, and I think we beat 3-1, and I think we were the first non-Italian side to score in a European tournament in Italy, in their San Siro Stadium. But we got them back at Ibrox, and we beat them 1-0. Jim Forrest scored the goal. I thought he was a fantastic player for us. Roger Hind. Richie was the goalie. We had Proven and Caldo playing. McKinnon, Hind, Gregg. You know, guys like that, Henderson, McLean, but the great Jimmy Miller, so JFK, great Jimmy Miller was playing that night.
Yeah,
Willie Johnson, Jim Forrest, and obviously our manager at that time was Scott Simon, and their manager was the great Helenio Herrera, the great, is it Catenaccio he designed or something like that? Just amazing stuff. So that was a fabulous game. Marvellous stuff. Roger Hine hit the ball for, I would say, 50 yards. Probably only about 20, but he had it for 50 yards. And it smashed off the keeper. And Forrest put it in the net. Great stuff. Wonderful game. But I do, the away game against Leeds, and I saw it on the TV, it was just wonderful to watch. 2 fabulous goals by Haitley and McCoy. Just brilliant.
And Gorham on that night was exceptional as well.
Outstanding.
Gorham, Goff and Brown were exceptional.
Yeah.
But the best football player on the park, the distance that night, was one Ian Durant.
Brilliant stuff. With a good team then. A really good team.
Yep. Memories.
Memories. But I think the most emotional I've ever maybe got wasn't there, but was the penalty. Noble scored that penalty kicking Forrest.
You just stole mine.
Aye.
If you're not fast, you're last, Ulster.
That's the one I would have went for. That's the one I was thinking of. Manchester, brace yourself. Rangers are coming. Boy, didn't we come. Not me. It's brilliant. And I'll tell you, I know what that great thing was, because you're always hearing the old bird memories of Europe, and you look at, you'll never get there, son. That was they were the days. And for our era, to actually get ourselves to the European final, something we didn't believe would be possible again. Oh, unbelievable. There's been better goals, there's been crazy moments, but that moment for me is...
Well, can I give my wee tail on that, Fox? See when...
Ulster finished.
Was Ulster? Sorry, Ulster.
That was me finished anyway.
Right, no, you need to wait your turn. You missed it, Jimmy. Then you come to you.
My memory of that is my wife doesn't like the football and that, and I'm sitting watching the...
Is it the football or you?
The Fiorentina game, right? And obviously we Nacho scored a penalty, and she come running down the stair. She thought something had happened to me. I was on my hands and knees and I was crying, and I always shout this, "We've done it! We've done it!" And she says, "What the bloody hell's wrong with you?" And I just big bubbly, "We're in the final!" I'll come away back up my iron and just shut your waist and away you go. There you go. That was... I must admit, I shed a tear that night.
Did you watch on your own? Yeah, okay.
My 2 boys and 4 or 5 others, we were all emotional, but when it comes to Rangers, I'm a very emotional person.
You're a greeter.
I've great a few times, trebles and cup wins and all that. I don't mind admitting that. You're all a man you are. So a man of man's for all that. But I don't mind saying that I've great when my Wains are born, but I've great when the Rangers have won. So, and I've great when they get beat. So I don't have a problem with that, mate.
You seem to do a lot of greeting, Jimmy.
Well, I was doing a lot of greeting for about 6 years, aye. So
he's busy this time of year. He's got all he cares to.
Oh, don't you start. Oh, dear me. Do I know what I'm getting for my Christmas? I'm getting a paint me numbers and a card make machine.
You were mentioning Manchester there, Ulster. I don't know if I've told you, but I remember listening to TalkSport, and Andy Thompson used to play with the Republic of Ireland, and I can't remember the other guy who was on with him, and they were talking about the Rangers going down to Manchester, and there's going to be a big crowd there, maybe 50,000 fans. And I wrote to them, I emailed them, I says, you better get it right, put 100 in front of that. There's going to be 150,000 Rangers fans coming down the road, and that's not counting the ones that are already in England that will just go across. And they said, "Oh my goodness gracious!" So they read it out in TalkSport, and they were like, "My goodness, they never thought there would be that many." And of course, they didn't think there would be that many. And obviously, they get absolutely swamped for them.
I was
so
coming north.
Well,
I was coming north that day, and the day of the actual game, we left really early, and we got to the toll road, and there was bears out their cars just at the toll when you were paying your money. I was like, this is going to be mental. That's when I knew it was going to be mental. Anyway, Glasford, Bridgeman.
Oh, what a night. Great night tonight. Marvellous, great discussions and great memories there. So can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, tomorrow night, massive, massive, massive game. It's like a cup final in my mind. It's like a cup final. So strong team out, Rangers. and get out there and mollocate them. So to everybody, keep it going for the Rangers, because the Rangers need us.
And I thank Little Blue for joining us, yourself, Bridge Fox, JFK, Rudy Bear, Big Ulster, and of course George Logan, and also Ibrox John, who took the time to phone us for Vienna. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow 9 o'clock as normal, after hopefully the Bears get a result. Take it away, Fox.